I was going there and I just went a bit further. Yeah. Like up there. Yeah, and then like under. Where would the GoPro save? Save to? Or is it just goes into the cloud on that?
No, it's only
No, those two. And then you can save
but
them.
I have issues.
Our friend, I will like. Oh yeah. And put it in the back of the shop. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Did you use airdrop? Is that the one where I Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's about it. That's a good one. Ooh, yo. I'm going to the right settings. Dude, you can't get where we would be over into high. I went low down there. Oh, yeah. I don't reckon you can get a call. I'm going.
The sketch you have on your phone out of the case.
Yeah, but I went to the Apple store because I had a case and then I
don't reckon
left
that's
my
that
phone in
bad.
the washing machine and it fucked the case up, so I went to the Apple store to get a new one. And it's
What's up? So I'm Jim from the Union team, live in Lenzerheide. Just kind of on with some bike preparation. We've just had junior practice as well. Chris has just been on track. How was it, Chris?
Pretty good, so fast, so rough, and a bit slippery in the corners, but all good.
You got your line choice dialed in?
Yeah,
Yeah, sick. Sick. Fired up for tomorrow.
yeah, so fired up.
Cool, so the bike here is Lockie Stevens McNabb's bike. I've just been finishing the final preparation on this before his practice session tomorrow. So yeah, setup wise we'll run through a little bike check. Frame, we're still running the Santa Cruz V10, but this year we've got the sick custom colorway, which we're hyped on. So yeah, shout out to the crew at Santa Cruz for designing that and yeah, getting that hooked up and ready to go for race one. Suspension, Öhlins. Again, super stoked on this. We've done a lot of testing with the Öhlins product over the past couple of weeks. Just getting everything dialed in with some amazing results. I think we've reached like the best setup we have done in a long time here. So yeah, super pumped. Brakes and drivetrain is from TRP. So this is the DHR Evo brake. Yeah, insane power, and just the most mind-blowing thing from a mechanics point of view with this is the reliability. They're just so consistent, easy to work on. So yeah, super pumped with that from TRP. Yeah, like I said, the drivetrain there. So that's TRP's 7-speed system. Again, super reliable and yeah, mad easy to work on. The biggest switch up for us this season is on Industry 9's alloy wheel. Before we were on the Santa Cruz Reserve, but we made the switch to Industry 9. And yeah, after a bit of back-to-back testing, opted for the grade 300 alloy rim. Again, the alloy rim just gave us a little bit more compliance and grip. Which yeah, when the riders tested them back to back, this is the one that came out on top. So yeah, super amped on that. If you guys have any questions or anything, keep them fired in, and yeah, we'll continue to answer those. So tyre pressures varies from rider to rider. Lockie's bike here, we run at 27 in the rear and 24 in the front. That changes on track condition and obviously location as well. So for certain venues we might change the pressure to best suit. Who's the pickiest about their setup? Maybe we should ask the one of the riders this, because I'm sure they'll have their own answers. Frida,
What?
who's the pickiest on bike setup?
Me?
Yeah, I thought she might say that. Definitely Frida. So yeah, we can take a look at her bike, which is over here. So we have like custom link in that, which you can see down here. So yeah, the custom link, which alters the leverage ratio to her preference. You can see the number plate on there, ready to go for tomorrow. This is Ollie Davies, making the step up to Elite this year. How's the track today, Ol?
Oh, I was just watching these boys, but
Yeah.
look pretty
Alright.
loose out there. Joshy Frother, Will. Yeah, look pretty good.
Hyped?
Yeah,
Yeah,
keen
pretty
as.
similar to last year, but with some like different tapings. And,
Yeah, pretty much the exact same. Just
Yeah.
new things like the tape and everything, but
Cool.
yeah.
Sick.
Excited for
Fired
tomorrow.
up for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sick. New V10s. Still waiting on an exact answer for that. To be honest, without if we didn't have adequate testing time on the new bike, we'd be tempted to stick with what we know. We have so much data logged on this bike. Yeah, we kind of know the setup inside and out. So it would be a hard decision to switch to the new bike mid-season. But yeah, we'll stay tuned on that, and you never know, you might see the new bike rolling out of the pit sometime soon. Go-to tyre setup this weekend is varying slightly between riders. Lockie here is running the Assegai on the front and the DHR on the back, you know, the classic combo. Both in downhill casing, obviously. But yeah, that's kind of like our go-to tyre option. Frida, again, like we say, in the fussiest rider. She likes the double DHR combo, but again, it's just finding out exactly what the rider is most confident with, and going from there. Inserts again, we're sponsored by Cushcore, so shout out to those guys. Again, it is like a track preference and rider preference. Certain venues we will definitely run the Cushcore. Again, with riders not being protected, if they do flatten a race, the Cushcore gives them the best chance of getting to the bottom of the track and still putting in a reasonable time. So yeah, for that we'll switch between Cushcore Pro and the XC one. Yeah, depending on track conditions, we might put the XC tire, the XC insert in the front, and then the Pro insert in the back, which yeah, kind of balances weight and tire protection to a good point. So yeah, again, the high and low speed setting for Lockie's bike. I'd say at the minute we're pretty mid-range on both of those. But yeah, again, like I keep saying, don't want to sound like a broken record, but the yeah, settings do change slightly per venue. And also as the rider gets up to speed over the week, we will change the settings to suit the faster speed and make sure they're as confident as possible. Yeah, I think the Lenzerheide setup will be different, especially from comparing it to Leogang. Like the settings we have logged from Leogang from last year. Obviously, that was the wettest race of the year, so those settings will be tailored to a mud race. So if we go there and it's dry, I imagine we'll be running similar settings to we are here in Lenzerheide. But yeah, again, we'll try use the practice sessions as best we can to reach a setup we can in the limited time that we do have. Rotor sizes, we're running big dogs front and rear. So yeah, TRP's 223mm rotor. front and rear for maximum stopping power on these longer tracks. You can see this one has had a little bit of heat through it, but again, like I was saying, the TRP product is so consistent. So yeah, we don't really find that the feel or power changes much, depending on how hot the brake is. Also running the new toolbox this year. Over here we have mechanic Yuki, who's prepping a wheel after Christian's ride today. So yeah, getting that all ready and spun up. How did his test session go, Yuki?
He had pretty good. He dinged the front wheel in the first run up on top, so that was quite a chill ride down. We changed the tire, he got on DHR2 front and rear and tried that out. But he prefers the as a guy DHR, so he did 2 good runs with that setup. So we're pretty pleased for tomorrow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. There we go. Run to tomorrow. Steel City Media. Yes, I am single. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, swipe right on Tinder. You know the drill. So yeah, the question about different size spokes for compliance, that is something we experimented with on our wheel setup last year that uses conventional spoke setup. We would switch between DT Swisses 1.8 and 1.6, with the 1.6 giving slightly more compliance. But this year with Industry 9, we're on their system wheel set, which runs aluminium spokes. With these, we did decide to build them up with the Enduro spoke, not the downhill spoke. Again, just for additional compliance and rider comfort. This is mechanic Josh, new addition to the team this year.
Hello, alright.
You've had a question in, they want to know your opinion on aubergines.
Aubergines. Nah, not into that. I've never had them, to be fair, but I don't fancy them, like.
There we go, food verdict of the day. Spoke colour, that kind of comes down from a mechanic's point of view, because there is fewer mechanics to the rider ratio. So for most of the season there's going to be 2 mechanics to 5 riders, which basically means we just have to be as efficient as we can do. So each rider having a slightly different spoke colour combination does make it easier to decipher whose wheels, whose, if you're in a rush kind of thing. So yeah. Again, we want to try and make the bikes look as consistent as possible as well, so you see a lot of silver and gold. Lockie's gone for the purple here, which gives the, we didn't realise till after, it gives their LA Lakers colour scheme. So, yeah, it looks sick.
Oh! Fuck, that's nice.
Yeah, the rear discs, 223 all round. Again, valuing huge stopping power and consistency on the big harder tracks. The speeds are so high now that, yeah, having consistent, reliable and predictable braking power is super important. So yeah, this is Lockie Stevens McNabb's bike, and here he is here.
G'day, how's it going?
How was track look today?
It was good, the track's looking loose and fast. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much, but the track looks good. Keen to get out there on the rig tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, just been up watching the juniors practice. Some kids going fast. Chris Hauser's ripping. So it's always nice to watch a bit of riding before you go.
Get those lines dialed in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick.
But now looking forward to it.
That's good shit. So yeah, if the rain comes again, it's going to be hard to know exactly what the track conditions and feel is going to be like. But yeah, typically if the track speed was slower due to the weather, we would yeah, probably adjust compression settings, tire pressures, and just generally go a little bit softer all around. Size frames is a mix. We've got Frida on a medium, Lockie and Ollie Davies on large, and Anton and Chris on XL, with the difference being that Chris is running a full 29 setup, while everybody else is running a mullet, so 27.5 rear, 29 front. Favourite tool? It's a tricky one. I've answered this before, and I think every time you go to your toolbox it changes slightly, but it's got to be the trusty Nipex. Every time that gets you out of a tricky situation, whether it's fixing the team van or crimping end cables. So yeah, that's the trustiest and most favourite tool in the box currently. Yeah, if any of you guys have any more questions, keep them coming in. Bike setup, track setup, conditions, any questions for the riders, just let us know and we can keep that going. I actually heard Frida runs her bars higher than Dakota. Yeah, I think it's all about the one-up in that relationship, I think. Frida.
What?
Who runs their bars higher, you or Dakota?
Dakota. Sure.
He's got you on the program though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Keeping that high. So yeah, when it comes to bar height, there are quite a few things we can change and look at. So we can look at the axle to crown, which we can adjust by sliding the fork tubes in and out of the crowns. You can see here on Lockie's bike we have pretty generic setup. His axle to crown height is pretty close to what Olin's recommend out of the box anyway, and he is running a 5mm headset spacer there and 0 stem spacers, which if we go over to Frida's bike, you will see that the setup is slightly different. So she is running 3 stem spacers there, and yeah, it's slightly different, and 10mm under the top crown, just to get that front end a little bit higher up. Ooh, the track. We can go and ask the riders for that one. Since Chris was, he's just making his food here. What are you making, Chris?
Big sandwich.
Big sandwich.
No, tiny one.
Is that the recipe for going fast?
Yeah.
Yeah. So which part of the track did you enjoy the most, and which part was the hardest?
I think I enjoyed the most like the off-combers on the track. That looks so sick. The part that's carrying me a bit more than the others, maybe, it's probably the steep section in the roots.
Is that just getting used to your braking points and figuring out exactly where you need to go on those sections? Because there is multiple line choices there, isn't there?
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how much I have to brake or not.
Yeah.
To carry the good speed.
With the aim of going as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So here we have Josh and Frida tag team in Frida's new trail bike, which is the Santa Cruz 5010. Again, using sponsor parts like the Deity bars, Maxxis tyres, and the TRP drivetrain there. But yeah, this one should be super fun. Mixed wheel bike, short on travel, but yeah, super fun, poppy and playful. So just on the TRP brake bleed here, which is, yeah, having worked in bike shops for a long time, TRP is one of the easiest systems to bleed, so makes it easy when your workload is several bikes to 2 mechanics. So yeah, we're working on being as efficient as possible.
Just hold it down. Should be an improvement.
James, cup.
I know, just I mean, yeah, kind of.
This season, again, we're sponsored by Petey's products. So yeah, we have an extensive range of product here, which helps keep the bikes running smooth, keeps them clean. So yeah, with a combination of this and some special greases and oils, we can keep the bikes running quiet and fast. We've been using Petey's new tyre sealant, the whole shot biofiber, and yeah, super good. We've got the double cup going on there.
She's getting dialed in.
Bailey Goldstone, new assistant team manager.
Yep. Oh, there's a bug.
Oh, there's a bug. It's like the start of Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
How was today? How did Chris look on track?
Today was super good. I only saw Chris at the bottom, but every time I saw him, he looked super fast, super speedy. Everybody I've talked to said he was one of the quickest people on track all day. So it's really exciting to hear that it's all working out.
He's getting a bit of a reputation in the pits, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he like the new Italian wildman, do you think?
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely need to throw some reins on him to pull him in a little bit. Yeah.
So yeah, Chris Hauser, he's the man to watch. Chris, they want an update on your meal. How are we looking?
Yeah, pretty good. Tastes good.
Tastes good. Yeah, we're running Shimano mineral oil in there. Yeah, the TLP brake is mineral oil compatible. Yeah, and just been on the road getting oils in bike shops and things like that. Shimano is the one that's most readily available, and it's a tried and tested product that we've been using for years. So yeah, stick with that.
The Union cigars. Yeah, for sure.
So with a TLP brake setup, I would say that piston balance is the most important thing when it comes to ensuring your brakes are set up as good as they can do. So I would use I'll show you. I would use a small screwdriver, like this one here, which you can put behind the pad and work the pistons back necessary to make sure that they all come out evenly. And then, yeah, you get a super quiet setup with zero rubbing and balanced pistons there. So yeah, once set up, they're good. We don't get much piston wandering. So yeah, once you've worked a little bit on that to get them as balanced as they can do, you should be sweet. We're running the Industry 9 Hydro Hub as well, which has super quick engagement, which means you can get on the power nice and quickly on the track. But yeah, due to how we run them with the greases and oils and stuff, they do run pretty quiet, which again adds to how dialed and tuned in the bike feels on track. So grease in the hubs, we're using the Pro X free hub grease, and then this oil here. So yeah, we would put the oil on the paws and the grease in the engagement, which we find makes the wheels run super fast, quiet, and helps keep the grime out there as well. So keep on the wheel chat again. Yuki's over here. He's just tuning in the ones from Christian's practice today with the spoke gauge there, just making sure the tensions are even. Spoke tension is also an area that we would play around with, just to change the feel of the wheel. Could be track dependent. Some riders going lower and some riders going a little bit higher, depending on the feel.
Are you coming around for dinner?
New Union merch is going to be available soon, so keep your eyes peeled. What spoke tool is that, Yuki?
That's the DT Swiss one.
Oh, it's the posh one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love tools.
This is Yuki's tool setup. Slightly different approach with the foam, but everything easily accessible. Locky spoke tension here. With these we've experimented with lower and higher, but we've actually ended up bang on Industry 9's recommended tensions. Yeah, which just proves that they're super dialed with the testing. It may be something that we change slightly for different tracks and different conditions. So if we were in search of more grip in a really wet race, we may potentially go down in spoke tension just to gain a little bit more compliance from the wheel. So here's a classic example case of choosing which tyre is best for a track. Here it looks like we have, I think Chris is going from a DHR to an Assegai on the front here, just for a slightly different feel. The Assegai, due to its shape and knob profile, tends to be a little bit comfier, but I find anyway the DHR cuts a little bit better in like the dusty conditions that we have here. But yeah, all rider preference, essentially what makes them feel most comfortable. But the choice may change depending on the conditions. PSI again varies between the riders and the tracks again. We use off-season testing to basically work out a baseline setting for each rider. Olin's is slightly different as well because there is a ramp up chamber on the bottom of the fork that you put air in. So you can control how progressive the fork is and how it ramps. So yeah, essentially the feel is different at the start and end of the travel. Crank Brothers cleat setup, so we're using the Mallet DH pedal with the Crank Brothers shoe as well. The shoe comes set up out the box with cleats that we find works super good straight away. Some riders do change the pin height of the pedal. Lockies are half a turn wound in, which just changes like the pedal, how the pedal matches with the shoe, depending whether you want slightly more flow or a completely locked in feel. With cleat positioning, most riders are far back, with Anton being the furthest back. His are almost drilled to make them go even further back. If your feet are blown out, it might be worth checking how warm the cleats are. Due to the cleat being brass, it does wear out a little bit faster than some other brands. But yeah, there's a reason why when you look at pretty much any professional mountain biker's pedal setup, they're always on a Crank Brothers pedal, just due to that locked in feel, and the big platform providing the support for these big tracks. I would say with the track being pretty much identical to last year. Yeah, it is pretty rough, and the entry list is also huge at this race, so there's going to be a lot of traffic on the track from the start, which, yeah, again is going to rough things up a little bit, pull holes out, but yeah, it's something we can look at and change the setup on the bike throughout the week to cater for this. Yeah, Joe's going to shave his head if someone gets a podium, and he's also going to get a union tattoo. If anyone else has any other suggestions, or 2 union tattoos, Yuki's just saying. So yeah, if someone podiums, head shave, union tattoo. And I also heard that if Chris wins, Yuki's going to shave his beard off. So yeah, that's definitely one to look for. I'll also back that up. If someone podiums, I'll get the union tattoo as well.
You're getting a union tattoo.
Are we not all getting union tattoos if there's a podium?
A podium?
Yeah.
Ooh. What about that guy? Yeah, in fact, he's gonna make us get like 10 tattoos.
1 podium, 1 tattoo.
King Chris.
Are you old enough for a tattoo, Chris?
Yeah.
We'll probably have to ask his mum's permission.
We can start tomorrow.
Oh, now we have a big start. Come on, Chris, show us what you're going to do. So this is how we were going to start the video, but we're a little bit behind on schedule due to a busy track and a mechanical. But as you can see, we have a few blank walls in the pit here. So yeah, with the cost of everything going up and with us being a smaller team, we don't have heaps of cash to spend on brands and printing. But Chris is a talented graffiti, I don't know what you call it, hoodlum. So yeah, we're going to set him to work on one of these blank walls with his spray cans and see what he comes up with. We've heard this one's going to be Fox inspired. But yeah, again, if he gets a podium, I think, yeah, I'm going to keep ripping into these. But the plan is to paint every wall eventually. So yeah, we'll keep you tuned in with that. Should we see you get that first lick on, Chris?
Should we start?
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, we have adequate ventilation throughout the pit. Usually our saying is safety third, but yeah, when it comes to gassing ourselves out, I think we're going to prioritise some safety there.
It's moving a bit.
Don't touch it. Come on.
Do you want to hold it? I feel like it's sprayed if I hold it.
Hold from behind.
Thank you, Josh.
No pressure at all.
If anyone can guess what it's going to be, we probably won't offer you a prize, but we'll give you a round of applause. Give me your first impressions, Bailey.
This is crazy. I think it's really cool. Oh, I'm excited to see the end.
Oh, Mitko Shredder straight in with the first guess.
I like how it went so silent. I'm getting nervous. Yeah. Yo.
It's the Fox logo. Coming in hot.
Oh, that was clean.
think the saying is it's not his first rodeo. Rumour has it he's Italian. He's the Banksy of Italy. No one knows who he is. We're doing the Italian graffiti reveal live here on Vital YouTube.
I want to know what his tag is.
Oh, so we're coming in with some colour now.
What is going on?
All we can say is let's hope there's no banned UCI substances in these cameras. If anyone has any requests they want Chris to spray, let us know because we have quite a few blank walls that need filling. We'll check in with Yuki to see how the wheel crew's going on. But yeah, you can see another Industry 9 spoke colour configuration here. This is Chris's wheel, which has the several gold spokes, which when you spin it up looks pretty sick. But yeah, again, this helps to easily identify it, as well as showing what Industry 9 can showcase. Yeah, the amount of colours and stuff they have is crazy, so if you want to spice your bike up, make sure to check out what they can offer. This is what a real media squid setup looks like. And I was in media questions as well. This is Miles.
Oh
Yeah.
Don't ask me.
If you've ever seen any of the Union series, Miles is a creative brain behind that. So definitely a fox head. But yeah, this is the lineup here. With one slight difference, which you might spy on one of the bikes, is there's an O chain here. We have two riders running the O chain again, just to tailor the feel to their preferences. The V10 doesn't have lots of kickbacks, but it definitely has some, and this just helps to eliminate it for slightly rougher tracks or big holes.
Oh, I forgot you still back there.
Going in with some colour. I heard this is the same, this is how Olin's paints the fork decals as well. So yeah, they use this exact same can that Chris is using here on all the yellow decals, and I think it's the same one that Max has used for the tyre sidewall as well, so yeah, we thought we'd stick with that. Give you a little bit behind the scenes as well.
Yeah, loving it.
Yeah, you're right, it's the Fox logo.
Hello.
Hey.
Ciao. There is Christian. Eccolo Christian.
We go,
Dov'è
famous man.
Guardaro folle?
Stiamo facendo un logo da foto.
Dai, tutto bene, grazie. Non ce l'ho fatta passare. Sei giornalista di oggi.
What's your verdict on that, Josh?
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, tidy.
Beh, oggi è la più difficile.
Yeah, so again on tyre pressures, it varies between the riders, depending on their style, weight, and we would also change it for track conditions. Different venues as well require harder or softer tyres. Frida probably runs the lowest pressures, and I think we'll probably start this week with 22 and 25, 22 in the front, 25 in the back. That's usually a good starting point for us to either go up or down. But it is amazing the difference that 1 PSI can make. So yeah, that's probably one of the biggest recommendations I can make to anyone out there. Tyre pressures, it's the only part of your bike that touches the ground. So I would always check my tyre pressures before I go on any ride, because it is amazing the difference 1 PSI can make to the feel of your bike. All of them have the option to run tyre inserts, but it's not something that, not something that we do 100% of the time. But for rougher tracks like Fort William or Val di Sole, they would 100% put an insert there. We're luckily to be sponsored by Cushcore this year, so we have options of either the Cushcore Pro or the Cushcore XC. XC is great in the front and the Pro in the back. Like I mentioned before as well, with our riders not being protected, if they do get a flat, then having the Cushcore Pro in the rear tyre gives them, basically means they've got a better chance of putting in a good time, because they could almost ride on the Cushcore to get to the bottom of the track with the best chance of qualifying.
Yo!
Here he is.
Oh shit.
Mr. Sven Mine, live on Vital NTB.
Can't even let you do the team shoot because you guys don't have kit again! 2 years in.
We've been slacking on the kit front.
Yes, because I have some. Yes, and all the
If anyone has any photo questions for Sven, drop them down below and we can ask him before he dashes off. Apparently you look fit, Sven.
Oh yeah?
Apparently so.
This has happened when you have a baby. You don't have time to eat. It smells good in here. Nice and get high.
Thank you so much.
So hard to keep track of little colours now. So many bikes, so many. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Just exactly what I expected you to be.
Guys, we'll need a sprocket for you.
The what, sorry? Oh yes, please, yeah.
How many teams?
34 if possible, please. There we go. Is it the... We're just dealing in some more O-chains here, so bear with me 2 seconds.
E anche questa è fatta.
Thank you for that. Are there short chain bolts in there?
Yes, there is everything.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And space, so there is no need anything else. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mr. O-chain.
Ciao.
So a brief hiatus on the Fox head, but it's coming together.
Phone got sprayed a bit.
Changing the brake rotors. We kind of assess this at point to point. Due to the product allocations we have, we do have to look after product. Unlike some bigger teams, we can't just be changing product willy-nilly. We are doing our best to preserve things and make things last. But yeah, just assess on how burnt they are, measure the thickness, and replace them as necessary. No, we have a mix of grips, depending on rider preference. Switching from anything from Renthal slide-on grip to these ODI grips here. Yeah, just making sure everyone's comfortable. As with any contact point, you have to be as careful as possible. Yeah, just to make sure the rider is as comfortable as they are and feel at home. So, thank you, Chris. O-chain delivery, spray paint, potentially the fastest junior on the hill. It's a jack of all trades.
Is when you're overweight, you're not going to pass the overweight down the scale. I'll take one of these in the season.
Yes, it is. Bailey is Jackson's sister. Goldstone Empire's taken over. We run the same brake rotor front and rear. So here we have the 223 TRP rotor, and yeah, we run that front and back. Again, just to get the most braking power consistency we can.
You got live questions coming out?
Live questions in from Vile. One's just come in for you, actually.
Oh, yeah?
What do you think of the new course taping?
Now, the cross country looks excessive, like these big, high, solidy see-through barriers. Downhill tapes low, less of it, a little bit. I don't like the tough blocks. No, there's no room in a downhill for tough blocks, but the taping is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Does it make it
Tidy.
easier from a photography point of view, or does it not really make much difference?
It maybe makes it better. It looks less scrappy, more professional for sure.
Cool.
And it's not in the way. But then we're used to kind of move the tape a lot.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
really move
Yeah,
the
no, you
tape.
can't move that,
And
so-
you can't really get down under it because it's a bit low.
Yeah.
But the XC is a bit of maybe a bit of a problem. It's really like separates the riders from the spectators.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Learn as we go.
Yeah.
Mr. Joe Bowman himself has just snuck into the building. He's the brains and the originator of Steel City Media and the Union. So if anyone has any questions for him, fire away. He's a dark horse. We don't see him very often, so make the most of it.
At least like first year, first runners, eat shit heavy. Like one of your boys said, I punched his fucking front wheel on the rock, like right up top. He was sagging. Yeah. He like thought he broke like everything, and then I think he maybe loosened his headset. I don't know. Then I went.
I think he spent enough time in Sweden with a mill that he can backflip quad bar, I think. So yeah, spread the rumor, and he might do it on the next live.
Look at that.
Give him the push-ups. Hopefully, just at the hotel.
The schedule we've tried to approach with an open mind. Due to us not having the most amount of staff members, we do have to be like super dialed with our schedule to make sure we're in the right place at the right time. But yeah, just got to approach it with an open mind. It is what it is, and do the best we can do. The change from no time training isn't the best, we don't think, but I'm sure it's been done for a legitimate reason. bar width changes between individual riders, but not from track to track. That's such a drastic change. That is something that we would keep consistent. As the juniors get bigger, it might be something that they look to experiment with in the off season. But no, we are set with bar width, and yeah, it's not common for us to change that. Fox head's coming on. We've got some purple eyes there. Lots of Yorkshire Tea. Yorkshire Tea's listening. We're looking for a tea sponsor. Hook up. running 165mm TRP cranks. Foxhead looking good. Here he is, Mr. Joe, founder of the Union. So I guess a good question is, what makes the Union different to other teams out there on the circuit?
I guess the whole idea with the Union when we kicked it off was, I just remember when I started out, I was really fortunate having kind of like Steve Pete and the syndicate crew behind me straight away when we did This Is Pete, and like Steve and Kathy Cecil like just, you know, took me under their wing, and without them it'd have been a big struggle. Obviously, like, I think the cost of stuff has got a lot harder since then, and the level of the sport's gone up a lot. So the idea with the Union was to try and get together a package where you could support riders and give them a shot at least being competitive, not just attending, just like actually being competitive. And it's a non-profit team, so every penny that comes in goes straight back into it, so that's cool. And like from the Steel City point of view, just trying to have fun with it and kind of create more than just a team, like a bit of a brand as well. That's the goal, and just hopefully make people want to root for them as well. So I guess we're in like our second proper year now. It's been going pretty good. Obviously last year with Ollie and Benny moving up onto bigger factory teams was sick. I guess that's the other main thing. That's the biggest goal. Is it's not about like keeping the riders here and all for yourself. It's about trying to make, well, them getting the results so they can go on to bigger factory teams, earn a living properly, and same for the staff as well, you know, like, so it's cool. I guess it's funny like saying that your goal is to get rid of them. So yeah,
sick. Stay tuned for more Union there. But yeah, the Foxhead's coming on good. There's a duck here as well.
Yo, that's sick. It's my phone. Hello? What's up?
How's it going, Chris?
Pretty good. Almost finished.
Sick.
Did you go downtown? Yeah.
Getting that LA Lakers vibe.
Chris just finished.
If LA Lakers are watching this, we'd be keen to get some kits and some sponsorship from you guys. So yeah, if you want a low budget mountain bike team to support your logo, then get in touch. 5010's completed. I just had the 1% notification on my phone flag up, so I'll sign out before that dies but yeah, we're going to be doing these at every race. So yeah, make sure to get your questions loaded up, and if you do think of anything, let us know, and make sure to check the Union Instagram later on for the finished product of the Foxhead. So yeah, catch you in a bit. Hope that wasn't too awkward, my first time doing it, but I'm sure we'll get better. Peace.
Hey.